My new book, I Thought I Was a Leader. It's a story about transformation. I'd always considered myself successful. Of course, this success was based on how I defined the term at the time. My definition was all about winning. Winning in sports, winning in business, just wherever, winning. I actually had a definition of what success meant as well, and that was to exceed my parents' expectations. In itself, it's not a bad way to look at the world. But again, what I believed my parents' expectations were was not based in reality. I thought it meant make more money than they did, so I could enjoy life, buy nice houses, cars, take great vacations. Come to find out, their expectations were not that much different than most parents. And that was to be a good person. One who leaves the world a little better than they found it. My father was never concerned about making money. He had once told me that he works to live and does not live to work. I think I was about 18 when he said it to me, and it frustrated me. I know he could do more. I knew it. There were times when I was embarrassed of him for his lack of ambition. In my late 40s, I had a conversation with my mom. My dad had passed a few years earlier, and she was talking about the legacy he left. At first, I thought she was just reminiscing. And at some point, I realized she was trying to provide me with a life lesson. You see, my dad was a good man, a kind man, the type of guy who never met a stranger. He would often just start conversations with random people, a practice that made me cringe. I just couldn't see myself talking to strangers like that. Anyway, for him, it was a way to connect with the world. All right, back to my mom's life lesson. At the end of our conversation, my mom hit me on the head with a 2x4 when she said, "You know, you're supposed to love people and use things, not the other way around." Wow. I had no idea that I'd left the perception with anybody that I'd use people to get what I wanted. Yet here was the person who probably loved me the most, letting me know that I had a serious blind spot. In my mind, I treated my employees fairly, and I believed we had an agreement. They'd put in 2 weeks worth of work, and I paid them fairly. Well, that was transactional, I believed was what they wanted. So the lesson my mom was talking about went a little bit deeper though. She was also talking about the other people in my life, my friends and family. I knew I had to change that perception, and to do that, I had to change myself. The transformation I talk about is ongoing. I've come a long way in the past 12 or 13 years, but I'm still not where I want to be. In the business side, I've been able to create an organization with a people-first approach. My people, the ones who work with me. It used to be customer-centric, but now it's my people-centric. I now realize that if I take care of these people, they'll take care of my customers. And I've come to find out that this approach works well at home too. Treat people well. I thought the golden rule was a pretty good standard. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Well, I've since learned about the platinum rule, which is to treat people the way they want to be treated. Let's say that again. Treat people the way they want to be treated. What a concept. The transformation has helped my business, but it has also impacted my personal life. I have much better relationships with my family and my friends. The relationships I have now are not based on what I can do for them or what they can do for me. They're based on how we make each other feel when we're together. My transformation has come about with a focused attention on 3 principles. While I haven't mastered them, they are still front and center in everything that I do now, in business and at home. They've been at the forefront of this transformation, and I continue to learn and practice them. My life and my business continue to improve. The principles are not top of mind with most executives I coach either. At least at first they're not. But my clients have found greater success when they have embraced these principles, and they are humility, empathy, and vulnerability. I write extensively in the book about them and how to practice these principles. I ask you to take a look. Find out how these principles work in the business world today, and they will not only improve the relationships at work, but at home as well. Enjoy the journey.